Welcome back to Frosted Fridge. We're playing an older game called the Stanley Parable. I've actually never gotten a chance to play this game because when it came out, I did not have a computer that could even stomach it. So, I've been told nothing but good things, and I really am enjoying the fact that the monitor's reflecting the monitor, reflecting the monitor, reflecting the monitor. But, I have never played this game before. I think it's really cool, really interesting, more than anything. Alright, we're all set here. I was just making sure there was nothing weird going on. It's a problem a lot. It's too many weird things. Let's just go back. Alright, so I've been told to expect different outcomes compared to what I should and should not do. I guess the computer in this way has like quite a few different endings depending on if you pay attention to what he has to say. So, I'm going to keep talking as this thing's taking forever to load. How's your day? I do enjoy a good cup of coffee. Oh my God, load!
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
How droll.
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
If you're getting paid to just push buttons, I'm not sure.
And then one day, something very
peculiar
happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
What could it ever be?
He was at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen,
looks like he got a message on his answering machine. He should probably do
for
something
the
about that.
longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hey, what's that say? Oh. Flighty.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What the?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's time for a memo! I can't jump. It's too... Where am I? Hello? Is there anybody here? Wait, what are you working on? Access. That's a weird username. Huh. I hope I didn't just totally turn my ass around here. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Hello? Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It seems like a setup, though. I was told not to totally listen to you, because sometimes you're just wrong! We'll be good. Okay. Wow, this person left in a hurry. A wonderful leaf, skies and clouds. In a box! I don't know. Alright.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah,
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What do people want? Things! We all want things. Using slides to assure employees everything's okay. Make sure the slide has a slick blue graphic in it. Oh gosh. Target demographic teenagers. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Especially you. Ah, man. I should be a motivational speaker. See this? Yeah. What is going on here? Crafts about things and money. We have our new product. Brilliant! Okay, let's keep going. Oop. Synergize core values and expenditures. Shift global. These are all just like ways to make money. Out of your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplicate and return to your boss appreciate specialist. Wow. I didn't give you permission to close. Broom closet. Ooh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's a broom! I could use a broom. I can't use anything.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yay, walking downstairs to my boss's office. Horrifying. I don't know what I expected. And I don't like the fact the music disappeared.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
What?
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever
He's so right!
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
That's it!
This is
it makes sense
dream.
now. That's how we get out of telling the story.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then
No.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Where am I going?
Voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Where am I
He
going?
it all very
Why
odd
is this
and wondered if this voice
continuing?
spoke to all people in their dreams.
Oh my God!
The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
The narrator on this is like 10 out of 10.
These words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
God.
This voice was a part of himself too, surely.
Oh no!
If he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
And how was he going to do that?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Okay.
Let me go back to my job.
Okay!
Let me continue pushing the buttons.
I don't even know what to
Please.
expect.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Okay.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything
Clearly.
will be fine. I am okay.
Fuck!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? And everything went black.
Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself. He collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
Good, Marion.
I know what is real and
God
what isn't.
damn it.
It was comforting to think this. And in a
I'm so
certain
glad
way,
it's comforting.
seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment.
Oh God,
that she
Marion, I'm
stood
so sorry.
staring down at the body.
Disrupted
she
your
turned
busy
around.
schedule. God, selfish. So that was one of the ends, I guess, to this particular game. I've been told there's many other endings. So I'm going to continue to play this because I think it's entertaining as all heck. If you haven't played it yet, get a chance to. Actually, right now, this week, on the Humble Bundle, I believe you can get this extremely cheap. Jump on it. I know by the time some of you watch this, that bundle would have been gone and floated, but it's normally about a $15 game. I highly recommend anyone to play this. It's very entertaining and definitely has a lot of good qualities to it. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for playing along, and as usual, as always, game on!